It's Mom and Pop Video Shop.
Welcome to Mom and Pop Video Shop. I am Joel.
I'm Tyson.
You don't want to know what we were talking about before we started recording. Believe me. We are here to bring you another, here's the thing. This is our first January episode. This is the first episode of the new year. We're recording this months in advance, but we assume everything is still here and we're all good, and it's 2025. Now, depending on what comments we did or didn't get, whether you wanted this on a Monday or a Friday, it may have shifted.
Yeah.
So This may officially be a weekend movie recommendation. You've come into the shop, it's the weekend. You're like, man, I need something for the weekend, son. I don't want to tell me that crap on Monday. Tell me on a Friday.
Why? Because you got Domino's and your girlfriend cooling down in the 1990 Ford Probe. We should totally get sponsorship.
Should be a Geo Metro.
From Domino's.
Why Ford Pro? Why not like a Geo Metro?
Geo
Tracker. Remember I think my buddy Doug. I think it was Tracker was the Jeep, right? Little Jeep looking thing. Yeah.
There were Geo Metros too, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just Ford Probe seemed. I don't know.
What about Mazda Miata? For guys that are compensating.
What are we talking about?
I don't even know. I'm just making up stuff. So we are here to cover with you the first movie of the new year, and I picked this movie because it's a cold movie. It's a cold movie. It's a classic. You're gonna know what it is, like right out the gate.
I mean, you're not doing the thing, are you?
No, I'm not doing the thing. No.
Give me one more. Let me see if I can get it.
Don't be a dirty birdie.
Oh, Misery.
Misery.
Good call.
Yes, man. Because I thought about doing it in December.
Yeah.
But then I was like, it's not a Christmas movie. Although I think there is a point, isn't it? Because he's there long enough. Maybe there is some Christmas reference.
It's winter for sure.
But it's a wintry movie.
I just watched this recently too, so I'm ready to rock.
Yeah. I watched it a few months ago, so it's still fresh enough in my head. Plus, I've seen it a million times, and I freaking love it. This is one of my favorite King adaptations, hands down. All right,
sure.
From the back of the box, I should have worn my cheetahs because
cheetahs.
Okay. Novelist Paul Sheldon doesn't remember the blinding blizzard that sent his car spinning off the road, but he will never forget Annie Wilkes. James Caan and Academy Award winner Kathy Bates star in the bone-shattering thriller Misery, adapted from the novel by Stephen King, as Paul, Caan, recuperates from his injuries in the secluded cabin of his benefactor, Annie Bates. He begins to discover that beneath the seemingly kind and naive exterior of his self-described number one fan lurks a mind that is cunning, unhinged, and bent on keeping her favorite writer as her personal prisoner for the rest of his cock-a-doodle life. I love that they put that on the back of the freaking box. This movie is fantastic. I remember this came out in what I like to call the second age of Stephen King movies. So first age is like the early 80s, 83-ish, right? You get Firestarter, Cujo, Cat's Eyes 85. So like from 83 to 85. Mm-hmm. Then around 1990 to about 92-ish. Maybe I even see you could go all the way up to 94. Because you got all the way up to like The Stand that McGarris did the TV adaptation. But you just felt like every issue Fangoria had on the cover somewhere, they were talking about a new Stephen King adaptation, whether it was Graveyard Shift.
Most of them were pretty good.
I love pretty much all of them. Yeah. Like whether it was like sometimes they come back for TV. Dark Half. Even Tommy Knockers would have been a little bit later.
Tommy Knockers. Oh my God.
He just punched the damn microphone.
I get a little excited about that
Tommy Knockers, which is hilarious. I don't even think you told me that's not even in the show, right? You just made that up.
No, it's not made up. There's find it on YouTube. There's an interview that
Stephen King?
No, it's Andre Dubuque does up at University of Lowell, Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
It's just like this hour-long Q&A with Stephen King, and he tells a story, and that's how he says it.
Oh.
So that's where I got it.
Okay. Because I can't say the title of that book now without going, Tommy Knockers! I think it was like 97-ish, 98, I feel like, in that ballpark when that TV movie. But my point is, even the ones that aren't great, I still love them. Misery is truly, and I would say from that era, even with it, the TV version, which I love, I gotta say, I think this is probably the best one. It's one of those perfect cocktails. Anytime you get Rob Reiner doing a Stephen King project. Yes. Because Stand By Me and Misery, to me, they may be, if I have a gun to your head, maybe my favorite adaptations. Like
they're fantastic.
They're just great. They're not. It's and I hate people. They're not just great horror movies. They're great movies. Or they're not just. It's like no, they're great everything. Well, Stand By Me is not really a horror movie, but you get the point. And people call this just a pure thriller. It's a horror movie. If you read the book, it's a damn horror.
It's definitely a horror book.
Also, trivia was who was the original writer of Misery? Do you remember?
The screenwriter?
No. The book. who was going to be the moniker on the title.
Oh, Richard Bachman.
Yeah, it was going to be a Bachman book, and I don't know what made him realize not to do it, but it's so funny because I think of the Bachman books being as like, I don't want to say like lower end King. You know what I mean? But I think that's why he did it, right? He was churning out so much stuff, and they don't tend to be the high, like the caliber. But this is such a freaking great book and movie, and it's like got such a caliber of like Academy Awards and everything else. And you're like,
it's weird how you can remember. I remember where I was when I first read Misery. It was a library rental for me. I checked it out from the library. I was much older. I think I was already married at the time, and my wife was working nights at the hospital.
So you had seen the movie before you read the book?
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And had heard about the book. You know, my mom's a big King fan, but I remember reading this like in a blizzard, in a snowstorm, in the wintertime, by myself in the house. And this was another one. Was like I think maybe 2 days I got through it.
Oh, that's great.
It's a great novel.
It's a great book. I have also read it, but this movie, I remember I was in 9th grade. And I remember hearing it was coming out. I was already, knee deep in being a massive horror fan. Loved King. And so when I heard they were making this, I remember being excited and then going to see it in the theater and loved it. I have always loved this movie. I showed it to my kids not that long ago.
You got to see it in the theater?
Yeah, dude.
See, so I'm a little bit younger. This is where my mom read the book, and then anytime a King movie would come out based on a book she loved, she would go see it. I was still a little too young where she wouldn't let me go see it. Yeah. But then,
because it's 1991? 90. It's 1990.
So I'd have been 8.
Yeah. See, I was in freshman in high school. So, because I think it came out, I feel like, I don't have it in front of me, because I would have been 90 to 91, I was a freshman. So it would have been probably the later end of the year of 1990 when it came out.
I think we got to touch on casting on this.
Dude.
I mean, Kathy Bates, talk about a well-deserved Academy Award.
Yeah.
She is
Do you know who played
fantastic
on Broadway? Annie?
I do.
And who played Paul Sheldon?
I do. Bruce Willis.
Great cast. Perfect cast.
And Laurie Metcalf.
Dude. I mean, come on. That's Billy Loomis's mom, bro.
Yeah.
That is if you had to put a gun to my head and said, okay, you can't have Kathy Bates. Who are you going to pick? And you show me a short sheet and Laurie Metcalf's name on it. Boo, that I wish I could. That is one of the few things I don't really usually give a crap about. Like, I wish I'd seen something on Broadway. I wish I had seen. God, that would have been amazing.
Brilliant.
And Bruce Willis is a great, if you're going to pick, because he's got that blue collar quality that I think Paul Sheldon has to have. Oh, it's so
James
great.
Caan. James Caan
was great.
Was perfect in this.
Yes, he was. I love this movie. Richard Farnsworth plays the sheriff looking for Paul Sheldon. And you ever see the Straight Story, the most non-David Lynch movie ever? It's about the guy. It's a true story, but it's got Sissy Spacek in it, about a guy who rides a riding lawnmower to visit his estranged brother who's dying. And he rides across country, doesn't have a license. Harry Dean Stanton plays his brother.
Yeah.
It's like a G-rated David Lynch movie. It's fantastic. Yeah. It's so simple, but it's this brilliant, beautiful drama character.
I've never seen it, but I know.
Yeah, you need to see it. It's a great movie. Great movie. Anyway, he's in this. I can't remember the actress who plays his wife, but she's highly recognizable.
Yeah.
Okay, who else is in this?
Do it. Lauren Bacall has it.
Oh, that's right. She's the agent.
Yeah.
Right, she's his agent. So we won't go into details if you haven't seen this movie, but the hobbling, awesome. The story, everything about it. It's just so good, dude.
Go into this with your preconceived notion that it's not a horror movie.
Yeah,
all I'm going to say is good luck.
Also, last thing I got to say, Castle Rock, the TV show, they only did 2 seasons. First season was fine. Second season, brain farting on the actress's name. She was in Cloverfield.
But amazing.
You saw it? Did you see it?
Yes.
Oh, young Annie Wilkes, and it's like a different angle on all of it. It's so good.
Yes.
Especially when you consider this movie. You don't
sympathize much with the Kathy Bates Annie Wilkes.
Yeah, but that one you do. But yet she's still cock-a-doodle.
It doesn't last
crazy.
very long. Exactly.
Oh, it's so great, so great. All right, so comment below. Let us know. Are you a fan of Misery? Maybe you've never seen it, but if you haven't, please go watch this movie. It's so freaking good. Obviously, like, share, subscribe. Be sure to let us know if we're doing these on Fridays now.
Hey, and what other Stephen King movies do you want us to cover that we haven't yet?
Oh, yeah.
We are always down.
Yes. Especially from that era. I have total cinematic nostalgia disorder, C&D, for that era of movies.
100%.
Even the ones I know. Graveyard Shift isn't, meaning the rat one, not the vampire one. Oh, that's not a good movie. I don't care. I love it. I don't care.
Agreed.
So,
The Mangler. I love them.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen The Mangler.
You gotta watch The Mangler.
It's the Robert Englund one, right?
Yeah, and Ted Levine.
Yeah, I don't know why. I remember that was out when I was in college, and I remember seeing it at the theater, the marquee. I just, for whatever reason, never got to it. Sucks. And
Shame.
I know. Shameful. I've never seen The Mangler 2.
I've never seen the Mango 2.
I've heard that one's not as great. But all that to be said, let us know in the comments below. And remember, Mom and Pop's our love of...
Dolores Claiborne.
Dude, never stops.
Mom and Pop's